Over 60? Eat these 5 foods daily to restore circulation. Doctors won't tell you why. Are your feet getting colder every year? Do your legs feel like they're wrapped in wet towels? Does your morning walk leave you more breathless than it used to, even though your routine hasn't changed at all? If you're over 60 and noticing these subtle signs, you're not alone, and it's not your fault. What if the issue isn't just aging? What if it's something much simpler, something hiding right in your kitchen? Because what you're about to hear might shock you. There are 5 specific foods, backed by science, that have the power to dramatically improve your circulation. Not over months or years, but sometimes within just 12 hours of eating them consistently. These foods are not exotic superfoods, expensive supplements, or trendy fads. In fact, most people walk past them in the market every week, not realizing what they're giving up. So why don't most doctors talk about them? That's what this video will uncover. We'll go step by step, counting down from the lesser known to the most powerful food for restoring healthy circulation, especially in seniors. Along the way, you'll discover the hidden habits that sabotage your blood flow, how circulation affects memory, balance, and even digestion, and what you can do starting today to support your heart, legs, brain, and energy naturally. Let's begin with a common habit that most seniors think is harmless, but might actually be blocking circulation where you need it most. Number 5 is something many people over 60 rely on to start their day. You might even have a cup of it beside you right now. Yes, we're talking about coffee. Now, before you close the video and throw your mug across the room, hear this. Coffee isn't the villain here. But the way many people consume it can quietly sabotage your circulation, especially as the body gets older. Here's the hidden issue. Most seniors drink their morning coffee on an empty stomach, sometimes before they've even had a sip of water. That one habit might feel energizing for a few hours, but what most people don't realize is that caffeine, taken on an empty stomach, causes a spike in cortisol. That's your body's main stress hormone. And when cortisol rises, your blood vessels constrict. This makes your heart work harder, reduces blood flow to your limbs, and can increase the risk of lightheadedness, or a cold feet, feeling that lingers for hours. It gets worse. Caffeine also prompts the kidneys to excrete more magnesium, a mineral crucial for muscle relaxation and smooth blood flow. So not only are your blood vessels tightening, but you're also losing one of the nutrients needed to counteract that effect. Now think about how that affects someone over 60. Circulation is already less efficient. Arteries may be stiffening with age. Muscles may not get as much oxygen. And now this one small morning routine is quietly making things worse. Have you ever stood up too quickly and felt dizzy, or felt like your legs were dragging for no reason by mid-morning? That could be related. But don't worry, there's actually a simple fix. Instead of giving up coffee altogether, try drinking a tall glass of room temperature water with a pinch of sea salt and a squeeze of lemon first thing in the morning. This hydrates your blood volume, balances electrolytes, and buffers the effects of caffeine. Then, wait at least 30 minutes before your first coffee. Just that one change can improve how oxygen and nutrients circulate to your muscles, your brain, and even your skin. Here's something else most seniors don't realize. That morning dehydration and cortisol spike doesn't just impact your legs, it can also influence your mood and memory. The brain is highly sensitive to fluid levels and blood flow. Even a slight reduction in hydration or circulation can trigger forgetfulness, slower recall, or mental fatigue. You might not connect it to your morning drink, but your body does. So the goal here isn't to remove something you enjoy. It's to make a small shift that gives your body a better foundation for the rest of the day. Imagine your blood vessels expanding gently instead of contracting, your legs feeling lighter instead of heavier, your mind feeling clear by 10 a.m. instead of foggy. It really can start with a small change. Have you ever tried tweaking your morning routine like this, Or have you found that your legs feel colder or heavier as the day goes on, no matter how much you move? These signals are your body whispering that it needs help. Now remember, coffee itself isn't the enemy. But relying on it without supporting your body first can quietly erode your energy, mobility, and clarity. That's why hydration and mineral balance should come first, especially as we age. Here's the good news. When you make this change, some people report improved circulation within the same day. Tingling toes, brain fog, and cold hands can ease up. Walking becomes easier. Even digestion improves because circulation supports everything, including the gut. And if even this one tip helped you rethink your morning, we'd love for you to join our community. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and visit thegoldenyearsrx.com for more daily routines and real support from people who care about living with power, clarity, and dignity after 60. Now that you've got a better foundation for circulation at the start of your day, let's look at something that most people think is healthy, but could be silently thickening your blood and starving your cells. Number 4 is something that hides behind a healthy label, yet it's often one of the most misleading foods seniors consume every single day. We're talking about granola. Yes, that crunchy, sweet mixture of oats, nuts, dried fruits, and honey that's often marketed as a heart-healthy breakfast. But here's what most people don't realize. Granola might be quietly hurting your circulation and making your legs feel heavier with every passing day. Let's break this down. Granola is often loaded with refined sugars. Even the brands that claim to be all natural or organic can contain several types of sweeteners: brown sugar, cane syrup, honey, molasses. When you add it all up, a typical serving can have as much sugar as a small dessert. And sugar, especially when consumed in the morning, does something very specific to older bodies. It inflames the inner lining of your blood vessels. Now imagine your arteries as flexible tubes that need to expand and contract smoothly to deliver blood. Inflammation makes those walls stiff and swollen. The result? Less blood flow, especially to your legs, feet, and hands. You may feel cold toes, dull leg pain when walking, or even notice small balance issues that didn't used to be there. And here's where it gets even more surprising. That same inflammation from sugary granola spikes your blood sugar, which triggers insulin. And insulin in excess encourages your liver to release more triglycerides, fats in the blood that thicken it and make circulation sluggish. This isn't just theory. A study published in the journal Circulation found that higher triglycerides were directly linked to increased risk of blood clots and reduced lower body mobility in older adults. So, while granola might taste good and seem convenient, the truth is it's often like pouring syrup into your veins first thing in the morning. And when your circulation slows down, oxygen delivery drops. That means muscles fatigue faster, especially your legs. Seniors report walking shorter distances, needing to rest more, or even having trouble getting up from chairs, all linked to poor microcirculation. But here's the part you'll want to hear. There's actually a far better option that not only satisfies that morning crunch craving, but also actively improves circulation. It's simple. Swap your granola for a bowl of chia seeds soaked overnight in unsweetened almond or oat milk, topped with a few blueberries and a sprinkle of cinnamon. Why this works is powerful. Chia seeds are packed with omega-3 fatty acids and soluble fiber, both of which reduce inflammation and help thin the blood slightly, supporting smoother circulation. Blueberries, even in small amounts, are rich in flavonoids that have been shown in studies to widen blood vessels and enhance blood flow. And cinnamon? It helps stabilize blood sugar, preventing the morning insulin spike that leads to those dreaded triglyceride surges. Have you ever felt like your breakfast was dragging you down instead of lifting you up? Do you feel tired again just an hour or two after eating, or notice your legs losing that spring they used to have? It might not be age, it might be your breakfast. And you don't have to give up taste or comfort to feel better. The chia mix we just mentioned takes less than 60 seconds to prep the night before and leaves you feeling lighter, more energized, and more balanced by mid-morning. Seniors who switch often report better bathroom regularity, reduced leg swelling, and even improved clarity in their thinking. Let's not forget, when blood flows freely, everything improves. Your legs feel stronger, your hands warm up, your thoughts become clearer, and your risk of dangerous events like clots or dizziness-induced falls starts to drop. Now ask yourself, is that bowl of granola worth the stiffness, the fog, the fatigue? Or is it time to choose a breakfast that works with your body instead of against it? Now, we've covered what not to do at breakfast. But what if the biggest circulation killer isn't what you're eating, but what you're not eating at all? Number 3 is something most seniors forget to include in their daily meals, even though it holds the key to unlocking better circulation and younger, stronger legs. It's not exotic. It's not expensive. And yet, it could be the one missing piece in your routine that's holding your blood flow back. What are we talking about? Beets. Yes, humble, earthy beets, but not just as a vegetable. The real secret lies in what beets do inside your body, especially after 60. Most people think of beets as just another root. But in truth, they are one of the richest sources of natural nitrates. And here's where things get interesting. When you eat foods rich in nitrates, your body converts them into nitric oxide. And nitric oxide is like a magic molecule for seniors. It tells your blood vessels to relax and open up. It helps your blood move more freely. And it delivers oxygen deeper into your tissues, especially your legs, your brain, and your heart. The result? You feel more energy. Your legs stop aching. And that stiffness in your steps starts to melt away. But here's the twist most people don't know. As we age, our ability to produce nitric oxide declines sharply. In fact, by age 60, you may only be producing half as much as you did in your youth. That's why poor circulation feels so much worse in older adults. The good news? Beets can help restore what age has taken away. Multiple studies have shown that seniors who consume beetroot juice daily experience improved walking speed, reduced blood pressure, and better oxygen use during exercise. In one clinical trial, participants over 60 who drank beet juice for just 2 weeks saw a significant improvement in the blood flow to their leg muscles, and you don't even need to drink large amounts. Just a small glass of fresh beetroot juice, or a daily serving of roasted beets with a drizzle of olive oil, can start making a difference within hours. Some seniors report feeling warmth in their fingers and toes again. Others say their mental clarity improves, and many say they can go upstairs without stopping halfway. Does this sound like something you'd like to experience? Because what you're feeling right now, those cold feet, that sluggishness, that tired feeling in your legs, it's not always due to aging. Sometimes it's just poor circulation, and poor circulation can be improved. Have you noticed that your legs feel heavy at the end of the day? That your skin is colder to the touch? That you get dizzy when you stand up too quickly or feel like your balance is off even though you're trying your best? Those are signs your blood isn't moving the way it should. And beets? They're one of nature's best tools to fix that. Not with chemicals. Not with complicated routines, just with simple food that supports your body naturally. Here's how you can make it even easier. Try blending a small peeled beet with a few slices of apple, a piece of ginger, and a squeeze of lemon. It tastes bright and refreshing, not earthy like you might expect. And the effect on your circulation could be noticeable in just a few days. Or, if you prefer something warm, roast them in the oven with herbs and olive oil, and have them as a side with your main meal. The natural sweetness pairs beautifully with most proteins and grains. You don't have to go overboard. Just a bit every day adds up. And when your blood moves better, everything feels better. You move easier. You breathe deeper. You sleep more soundly. Your brain feels sharper. And your legs carry you with confidence again. Have you tried beets before and didn't like them? Don't worry. Many seniors feel the same way. but often it's the way they were prepared that was the problem, not the beat itself. Start with a small amount, paired with familiar flavors, and give it time. Your body will thank you. Now we've talked about something missing from your diet. But what if I told you that the next item isn't food at all, but a mistake millions make after they eat? What's coming next might surprise you even more. Number 2 is something almost everyone does after a meal without giving it a second thought. It feels harmless, even comforting. But for seniors struggling with poor circulation, this habit could be undoing all your hard work, especially if you've just eaten something healthy, like beets or leafy greens. So what is it? Sitting. That's right. Sitting immediately after meals might be the silent saboteur keeping your legs weak, your feet cold, and your blood sluggish. You've probably heard that what you eat matters, but when you move or don't move after eating plays just as big a role in how your body uses that food. Let's break it down. When you sit down and remain still, especially after a meal, your blood settles, circulation slows, nutrients move more sluggishly through your bloodstream, and because your body isn't using much energy, insulin lingers longer, storing more fat than it burns. That might not sound serious, but here's what most seniors don't realize. This sluggish post-meal state increases the chances of plaque buildup, blood pressure spikes, and decreased oxygen delivery to your muscles, especially in your legs. In fact, researchers have found that just 2 hours of uninterrupted sitting can significantly reduce blood flow to the legs. And when that happens, your legs might start to feel heavier, colder, or even numb. Not only does this increase your risk of deep vein thrombosis and leg ulcers, but it slowly chips away at your balance, energy, and freedom. But here's the real danger. Most people over 60 are doing this 3 times a day without even realizing the damage. You eat breakfast and then watch the news. You enjoy lunch and head straight to your favorite chair. Dinner finishes and you move to the sofa for a few quiet hours. It feels relaxing. But inside your veins, it's a different story. Blood slows, legs stiffen, and oxygen has to work twice as hard just to reach your toes. Have you noticed your legs tingling after you've been seated for a while? Or perhaps when you get up, you feel a tightness in your calves or a wobble in your balance. That's your body's way of sounding the alarm. It's saying, I need movement. But don't worry. The fix isn't complicated or intense. You don't need to go for a jog or start a new exercise routine. All you need to do is add one simple thing after each meal, movement. Just 5 to 10 minutes of gentle walking, light stretching, or standing activities can reverse the post-meal slump. Not only does it help your food digest more efficiently, but it also wakes up your legs, gets your blood moving, and prevents that heaviness that keeps you from doing the things you love. In fact, one study published in the journal Diabetes Care found that walking for just 3 minutes every half hour can lower blood sugar and improve circulation better than a single long walk. Another study in seniors showed that light post-meal activity reduced leg swelling and fatigue by over 40%. This isn't about exercise, it's about momentum. Try this. After your next meal, instead of sitting right away, stand at the counter and wash a few dishes. Walk a loop around your home. Step out onto the porch and breathe in fresh air. Swing your arms gently. March in place while brushing your teeth. It's not how hard you move, it's that you move at all. Because motion is medicine, and after 60, every moment you stay active, even just lightly, helps restore blood flow to your legs, brain, and heart. You'll feel it in your feet, in your energy, in your clarity. You may have been told you're just getting older, that fatigue, dizziness, or weak legs are just part of life after 60. But that's not the full story. Sometimes it's not age, it's stagnation. And the beautiful thing about stagnation is that it can be reversed with movement. Have you felt like your legs are dragging, or that your feet fall asleep while sitting? That's not just circulation, it's a cry for change. And now you have the knowledge to answer it. So remember this. It's not just what you eat. It's what you do after you eat that matters too. Every step counts, every movement adds up. And your legs are listening. And speaking of steps, let's take one more together. Because the next and final item on our list is the most powerful of them all. It's the food that doctors rarely talk about, but seniors around the world are quietly rediscovering for better blood flow, stronger legs, and even a longer life. Number one is a food so simple, so ancient, and so powerful that it's been quietly used in healing traditions for centuries. Yet modern doctors almost never mention it. Not because it doesn't work, but because it's not part of the standard playbook. This food doesn't come in a pill bottle, it doesn't have a flashy label, and you won't see it in a pharmaceutical ad. But it might just be the missing key to restoring circulation and strength after 60. What is it? It's garlic. Not the powdered kind, not the roasted cloves you get from a restaurant, but fresh, raw, crushed garlic used the right way. And here's what most people don't realize. When you crush garlic, a chemical reaction begins. Two natural compounds, called alliin and alliinase, combine to form allicin, the true powerhouse compound behind garlic's healing potential. Allicin is what gives garlic its strong smell, its sharp taste, and its remarkable ability to thin blood, widen blood vessels, and improve circulation almost immediately. Researchers from the University of Alabama found that allicin helps your blood vessels relax and expand, which allows blood to flow more freely. That means more oxygen reaches your muscles, more nutrients travel to your organs, and less pressure builds up in your veins and arteries. Think about what that means for your legs. If your blood isn't flowing well, your legs feel tired, cold, and heavy. You might get cramps at night. You might feel like you're dragging weights around with every step. But when your vessels open up and circulation improves, everything changes. Your steps feel lighter. Your legs recover faster. Your risk of clots, numbness, and swelling drops significantly. But here's something even more remarkable. In one clinical trial, people who consumed fresh garlic daily saw a measurable drop in their blood pressure and a boost in overall blood flow in just 24 hours. Not weeks, not months, just one day. The key, though, is using garlic the right way. You have to crush or finely chop it and let it sit for about 10 minutes before consuming it. This waiting period allows the allicin to fully develop, and that's when the magic happens. You can mix it with olive oil and spread it on toast. Add it to salad dressings. Swallow it with a spoonful of honey, or stir it into warm, not boiling water with lemon. The taste might take a little getting used to, but the benefits? They speak for themselves. Have you been noticing tingling in your feet? Maybe a lack of sensation in your toes? Or legs that feel colder than they used to? These are signals, gentle, persistent reminders from your body that it needs better blood flow. And garlic can help deliver that in a natural, gentle way. You don't need a prescription to start. You don't need a complicated routine. Just one small clove a day, used correctly, could begin restoring what time and inactivity have taken away. Here's the good news. Garlic doesn't just help your legs. It also supports heart health, brain function, and immune strength. It's like nature's multi-tool. And when combined with the other foods we've talked about today, it creates a powerful routine that helps bring life back to your limbs and lightness back to your step. So if you've ever felt like your body is slowing down or your energy is draining away without reason, it might not be your age. It might be your circulation. And garlic is one of the simplest ways to turn things around. If you found any of this helpful, make sure to subscribe to our channel and visit thegoldenyearsrx.com, where thousands of like-minded seniors are sharing tips, stories, and life-changing routines that help them feel better every day. And stay with me for just a moment longer, because I have one final bonus tip. Something surprising that ties everything we've just discussed into one final shift that could double the effects of everything you've learned today. Now here's something most people would never expect, because it doesn't come from food at all. Yet it could double the impact of everything you've eaten today. It's something your body was designed to do, but modern life has quietly stolen it away. No, it's not another supplement, another superfood, or another medical trick. It's simple, free, and scientifically shown to amplify blood circulation throughout the entire body. It's deep diaphragmatic breathing, and it's probably the most underrated circulation booster for seniors over 60. Now you might be thinking, breathing, really? But most people aren't breathing the way their body needs, especially after 60, when posture changes, stress increases, and physical activity drops. Most adults switch to shallow chest breathing without realizing it. And here's the hidden cost. Shallow breathing only engages the upper lungs. That means less oxygen gets pulled in, your blood doesn't get fully oxygenated, and your heart and muscles have to work harder just to function. It's like trying to run a marathon while sipping through a straw. You'll tire out faster. Your legs will feel heavy. Your head might feel foggy. And circulation? It slows to a crawl. But when you use diaphragmatic breathing, the kind that fills your belly first, then your ribs, then your chest, you start to flood your system with fresh oxygen. Your blood vessels dilate. Your heart rate lowers. Your blood pressure improves. And your muscles, especially the ones in your legs, receive the oxygen and nutrients they've been craving. A study published in the Journal of Human Hypertension found that seniors who practiced deep breathing for just 15 minutes a day had improved blood pressure and circulation within 1 week. Another study showed it helped prevent blood pooling in the legs, something that's common after long periods of sitting and a major cause of numbness, swelling, and poor mobility in seniors. And the best part? You can start right now. No equipment, no classes. Just sit upright, place one hand on your belly and the other on your chest. Inhale slowly through your nose and feel your belly rise. Then let the breath fill your ribs and chest. Exhale slowly through your mouth, feeling everything gently deflate. Do this for 5 to 10 minutes every morning. Even better, do it right after eating the foods we've talked about today. It enhances nutrient absorption, supports circulation, and calms the nervous system. Have you ever felt short of breath even when you're not doing much? Or that tightness in your chest that seems to come out of nowhere? Or maybe you've noticed how quickly you tire out just walking to the mailbox. These are signs your body is starving for oxygen. But the solution isn't more pills. It's more breath. You see, your lungs are the pump that fuels your circulatory system. And when you breathe deeply, you're not just feeding your cells. You're massaging your organs, improving lymphatic drainage, and boosting your energy from the inside out. Seniors who practice deep breathing consistently report better sleep, clearer thinking, and yes, stronger legs. So while most people look for answers in complicated places, sometimes the most powerful change starts with something you've had all along: your breath. Pair this with the 5 foods we covered, and you've got a daily routine that doesn't just support circulation, it helps restore your independence, clarity, and strength naturally. If today's video opened your eyes to what's possible after 60, imagine what you could unlock by making just one of these changes. You don't need to accept weakness, brain fog, or poor circulation as normal. You deserve energy, clarity, and strength every day. For more simple, science-backed advice that's tailored to seniors like you, subscribe to our channel now. And if you want to connect with others on the same journey, visit thegoldenyearsrx.com and join our growing community. You're not alone, and your best years might still be ahead. Let's walk that path together. Thank you for watching.